Hey everybody, Rob Ferretti here, and Jimbo just asked me an interesting question. He said, how did you guys start Gotham Dream Cars? Or where did you get the money? Did you use Noah's 360? Well, short answer is Noah got an investor, a friend of the family, to lend him $300,000, which allowed us to finance a Ferrari 360, probably not the best finance, but finance a 360 and have operating capital to grow and expand the business. We needed that bank account. And that's where you hear it's easy to make money when you have money. It wasn't easy, but having money is critical. Like trying to build something organically with just the money in your pocket is difficult unless you have deep pockets. Now, Jimbo then followed up, how did you divvy up the operating capital? Like essentially, what do you guys pay yourselves? How do you determine what? Nothing. For the first 2 years of working at Gotham Dream Cars, after we started, first year I made zero. Second year, at the end of the second year, I got a check for $25,000 for my efforts, for working 2 years. And remember, there was a lot of work that had to be done, but then there was a lot of downtime because we just started the company. So all the money went into garaging, marketing, website work, and Noah, that was his only source of income, so he used just what he had to pay his rent in his apartment and have a couple of bucks just to live. But he was driving an Acura TL. We were not doing anything that I would consider extravagant. Most of that money went into marketing, and not only like we have $300,000, let's set a $300,000 budget for the year. We have $300,000, let's use the bare minimum we need to make this business operate on its own and keep as much of a reserve in the bank account so we don't have to worry if we do have a dry spell or anything like that. But we started scaling the business, growing the business, went from the 360, which was a Euro spec 360, which was cheaper at the time, to a Gallardo 360, to Gallardo, to a Bentley GT. We started varying the fleet. And then we sort of grew it from there. Once we grew it to the point where we had enough cars that it was starting to become cumbersome because it was primarily a weekend rental business. So we had time during the week. Cars went out on the weekends. And we'll fast forward to that in a second. Then we developed something to increase utilization on the cars while they were sitting around during the week. That was called the Dream Car Tour. But initially for the first at least 2, maybe 3 cars, because it was a rental operation. We had cars stored in Noah's garage in the city. He lived in Manhattan, so we rented the spot in the garage, or maybe 2 spots. We paid by the day because as rental cars, it was cheaper to pay by the day than having the monthly spots because they're going in and out. And then I lived at home at the time, and we would park the other cars at my house and legitimately Ferraris and Lamborghinis on my grass in the driveway for about 2 years till we had enough cars where we're like, all right, look, we're going to have to get a warehouse. And that's when we went out and got a warehouse. I think in 2005 is when we got a warehouse. So for the first 2.5 years, we bootstrapped the shit out of it. And we didn't make paychecks. Everybody, especially you millennial cockheads out there, you need to have that sort of grind and that sort of work ethic to make things work. Right now, I see a lot of, here's the job I want, here's what I want to make doing it, and here's when I want to do it. And that's not the way the world works. You can't just dictate what you want and what you want to get paid to do it and when you want to do it. That's not how work ethic is supposed to be. And this may be a generalization, but I do see it, and you call people out on it, and they're like, oh, I'm not like that. I work hard. You work hard when you want to work hard. That's not working hard. Saying like, well, I've already been here for 10 hours, I'm going to go home. The people that I've hired over the years have been the people that got things done. Now, what it means to get things done, if you're a smart worker, you have work to get done. I don't care if you're working 20 hours in one day and you don't have to do anything for the rest of the week. You got to get the work done that's got to get done at the time without complaining about it. Just get it done. And then you can have all the downtime. I pay based on results effectively. Like, I mean, if you're a salary or if you're hourly, I don't really care. You have to get the job done. That's first and foremost. You do not walk away when the job's almost done. You do not walk away because you've done enough and let somebody else finish it. You have to see things through, and that's a big thing. You can't be too good for a job. You can't be, oh, I'm not working for you for free. You're making money off of this. You're taking money out of the company to pay for your. You gotta go out there and make things work. And ultimately, when you make things work, there could be a reward at the end, and there should be a reward at the end. And sometimes there's not, but you have to acknowledge versus sitting on your ass and saying, I'm not going to work for that. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. Get your foot in the door, prove your value, and when you prove your value, then you get paid. And we'll get into what rich people have in common when you get to that point and you are now wealthy, what things will make you the most money, but that's a whole nother video. Today we were talking about Gotham Dream Cars, how we started, how much I made. You know how much I made for the first 2 years? $12,500 a year spread out over 2 years, and that was paid at the end of the second year. So think about that. Now, I did get some form of warrants, shares or equity purchase to purchase into Gotham if I wanted, but that would have then required me to spend money to invest into the company. There was no free lunch, so to speak. Thank you for watching. Work hard out there, and if you work hard and you work smart and you prove your value or create value, you will be a wealthy person. I guarantee it.